Success is not the result of one big action, but rather the accumulation of small, consistent steps over time. It's like planting a seed in fertile soil, watering it daily, and watching it grow into a mighty tree. These small, seemingly insignificant actions we take each day create a ripple effect, building momentum toward the goals we aspire to achieve. People often underestimate the power of small actions because they can't immediately see the results. But the truth is that the most transformative changes in life stem from the little things we do repeatedly. When you commit to small, meaningful actions, they compound. Imagine putting just a single dollar into a savings account every day. At the end of the year, you might only have $365, but multiply that over a decade and factor in compound interest, and suddenly the payoff becomes significant. The same principle applies to every area of your life, whether it's reading 10 pages of a book daily, walking for 30 minutes, or dedicating 15 minutes to honing a skill. These small actions accumulate to create monumental shifts in your abilities, mindset, and success. The challenge, however, is that these small actions are easy to overlook. It's just as easy not to do them as it is to commit to them. Skipping one day might not seem like a big deal, but over time, skipping becomes a habit of its own. That's why consistency matters so much. Success doesn't come from bursts of effort, it comes from showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. The discipline to stay consistent is what separates those who merely dream from those who achieve. Small actions also serve as building blocks for larger achievements. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, the process can feel overwhelming when viewed as a whole. But what if you committed to writing just 200 words a day? In 6 months, you'd have a full manuscript. Each day's effort might seem insignificant, but together they form the backbone of your success. By focusing on what you can do today, you eliminate the paralyzing weight of the bigger picture and make progress manageable. The beauty of small actions is their ability to create a sense of accomplishment. Each step forward builds confidence and reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed. Every time you complete a small task, you're sending a message to yourself that you're capable, reliable, and committed. That positive reinforcement becomes a powerful motivator, propelling you to continue taking action and striving for more. It's also important to recognize that these small actions are adaptable. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances can change. By focusing on manageable daily habits, you give yourself the flexibility to adjust your actions while staying aligned with your long-term vision. This adaptability ensures that you remain consistent, even when faced with challenges, because you've built the resilience to find alternative ways to keep moving forward. Ultimately, the key is to trust the process. You may not see immediate results, but that doesn't mean progress isn't happening. The roots of a tree grow underground long before the trunk emerges above the surface. Similarly, your small daily actions are laying the foundation for a stronger, more successful future. Trust that every step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goals. In conclusion, small actions lead to big results because they embody the principle of consistency. When you commit to showing up every day and taking even the smallest steps forward, you create a momentum that becomes unstoppable. Success is not about grand gestures or overnight transformations. It's about the discipline to do the little things day in and day out. So start small, stay consistent, and trust the process. The results will come, and when they do, you'll look back and realize that every tiny effort was worth it. That's the power of small actions, and it's the cornerstone of any meaningful achievement. Your daily habits are the framework that builds your future, and understanding their impact requires a sense of intentionality. Too often, people go through life on autopilot, performing the same routines without questioning whether they align with their goals and dreams. The truth is, the habits you nurture today will determine where you end up tomorrow. If you want a life filled with success, fulfillment, and growth, it's crucial to ensure that your daily habits reflect those aspirations. Habits have an incredible way of shaping your identity. They define who you are because they dictate what you do consistently. If you make a habit of exercising, you become a healthy and disciplined person. If you make a habit of procrastinating, you reinforce the identity of someone who struggles to take action. The question is, what kind of person do you want to be? Once you've identified that, it's about cultivating habits that align with that vision. By doing so, you're not just building better routines, you're building a better version of yourself. One of the most important aspects of aligning your habits with your goals is clarity. Without clarity, it's easy to adopt habits that don't serve you or even hinder your progress. Take the time to define your goals with precision. What are you striving for? Is it financial stability, personal growth, career success, or stronger relationships? Once you've set these goals, break them down into actionable habits that will lead you there. For instance, if your goal is to advance in your career, daily habits like reading industry-related articles, networking, or dedicating an hour to skill development will bring you closer to success. It's also essential to audit your existing habits. Not all habits are created equal. Some may be actively working against you. For instance, spending hours scrolling through social media might feel harmless, but it eats into the time and energy you could allocate to more productive activities. Replace such habits with ones that add value to your life. Instead of mindlessly browsing, spend 30 minutes learning something new or reflecting on your progress. This intentional shift in habits transforms wasted time into meaningful growth. The beauty of habits is that they don't need to be monumental to make a difference. Small, consistent changes in the right direction are far more impactful than sporadic bursts of effort. For example, replacing one unhealthy snack a day with a nutritious alternative might seem insignificant, but over time, this small habit improves your health significantly. The same principle applies to your goals. Aligning even one small habit with your objectives can create a ripple effect, leading to massive results in the long run. Another key to success is recognizing the power of positive reinforcement. When your habits align with your goals, you experience a sense of accomplishment and momentum. Each action you take becomes a reminder that you're on the right path, fueling your motivation to keep going. This cycle of positive reinforcement is what keeps you consistent, even on days when you might not feel like putting in the effort. Celebrate these small victories because they are the stepping stones to larger achievements. Lastly, understand that alignment isn't about perfection, it's about progress. There will be days when you falter or when life throws unexpected challenges your way. The goal isn't to maintain flawless habits every single day, but to stay committed to your overall direction. If you stray from your habits, don't dwell on it, simply refocus and get back on track. Consistency over time matters far more than any single setback. In conclusion, aligning your daily habits with your long-term goals is the cornerstone of building a successful and meaningful life. Your habits shape your identity, influence your outcomes, and determine the trajectory of your journey. By being intentional, auditing your routines, and celebrating small wins, you create a system that propels you toward your aspirations. Remember, success is not a result of chance, but of consistent, purposeful actions taken daily. So take a closer look at your habits, align them with your goals, and start building the future you desire today. The power of habits lies in their compounding effect over time. What may seem like small, insignificant actions in the moment often grow into powerful forces that can transform your life for better or worse. This concept is essential to understand because success doesn't arrive as a grand event. It's built incrementally through the small, consistent actions you take daily. The habits you nurture are like seeds planted in the soil of time. They don't show immediate results, but given enough care and repetition, they flourish into significant outcomes. Consider the example of saving money. If you save even a small amount each day, you might not notice the impact immediately, but over the course of months and years, those savings accumulate into a substantial sum. The same principle applies to habits in other areas of life. Reading for just 20 minutes a day might not seem groundbreaking, but over a year, it equates to finishing several books and acquiring invaluable knowledge. On the flip side, indulging in a minor unhealthy habit, like eating a sugary snack daily, might seem harmless initially, but over time it could lead to weight gain, health problems, or reduced energy levels. The compounding effect works in both directions towards success or failure, depending on the habits you choose to maintain. The key to leveraging the compounding effect is patience and persistence. Too often people abandon positive habits because they don't see immediate results. It's easy to fall into the trap of instant gratification, expecting significant rewards for minimal effort. But real growth requires consistency over time. Trusting the process even when results aren't immediately apparent is a hallmark of those who achieve lasting success. The daily grind might seem mundane or even discouraging, but with each small step, you're laying the foundation for something much greater. A practical way to harness the compounding effect is by focusing on incremental improvement. Instead of aiming for perfection or dramatic changes overnight, set a goal to improve by just 1% each day. Whether it's in your career, relationships, health, or personal growth, this tiny improvement might feel negligible at first, but over time, the 1% gains accumulate exponentially. In a year, you'll find yourself vastly ahead of where you started. The magic of compounding isn't about making a single leap forward, it's about consistently taking small, meaningful steps in the right direction. Another crucial aspect is consistency. Habits work because they rely on repetition. By showing up and committing to your routines daily, you reinforce the behaviors you want to cultivate. It's not about how much effort you put in a single day, but about how often you engage in that effort over time. This is why it's essential to choose habits that are sustainable and realistic. A small, manageable habit you can stick with is far more effective than an ambitious routine you abandon after a week. Accountability plays a significant role in maintaining consistency. Sharing your goals with someone you trust or tracking your progress helps you stay on course. When you have a mechanism to monitor your efforts, it's easier to see the cumulative impact of your habits and stay motivated to continue. Whether it's a journal, an app, or a supportive friend, having a system to measure progress ensures you stay aligned with your goals. In conclusion, the compounding effect of habits is one of the most powerful forces for achieving long-term success. By focusing on small, consistent actions, you harness a momentum that grows exponentially over time. While the results may not be immediate, the effort you put in each day adds up to create profound change. Success isn't about grand gestures or instant wins, it's about the quiet, steady progress made through daily commitment. Embrace the power of the compounding effect, and you'll be amazed at how far your habits can take you. The environment you surround yourself with plays a significant role in shaping your habits and ultimately your success. While personal discipline is critical, it's often the context and surroundings that make or break the consistency of your habits. To achieve long-term success, designing an environment that naturally supports and reinforces positive habits is essential. It's like planting a seed in fertile soil. The better the conditions, the more likely it is to grow and thrive. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to influence your environment is by reducing friction for good habits and increasing friction for bad ones. For example, if you aim to exercise regularly, keeping your workout clothes and shoes visible and ready eliminates one barrier to action. On the other hand, if you want to cut back on unhealthy snacks, storing them out of sight, or better yet, not buying them at all, makes it less likely you'll reach for them. Small adjustments like these might seem insignificant, but they have a profound impact over time. They shape your environment in a way that makes the path to positive habits easier to walk. Another critical aspect of designing a supportive environment is surrounding yourself with the right people. As Zig Ziglar famously emphasized, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. The attitudes, behaviors, and values of those around you inevitably rub off on you. If you're surrounded by individuals who encourage growth, accountability, and positivity, it becomes easier to stay aligned with your goals. Conversely, a negative or unmotivated circle can drain your energy and derail your progress. Choose relationships that inspire you and hold you to a higher standard. Your physical environment also has a significant impact. Clutter, distractions, or a lack of organization can make it difficult to focus on what truly matters. For instance, if your goal is to write daily, creating a designated, clutter-free workspace can help signal to your brain that it's time to focus. A well-organized environment removes unnecessary stress and creates mental clarity, allowing you to channel your energy into building the habits that lead to success. Technology can either enhance or detract from your habits, depending on how you use it. By leveraging tools and apps that remind, track, or motivate you, you can stay consistent and accountable. For example, setting daily reminders for important tasks or using habit tracking apps can keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. At the same time, minimizing distractions like turning off unnecessary notifications or setting screen time limits can help you stay focused on the actions that matter. Visualization is another powerful technique to integrate into your environment. Placing reminders of your goals, such as vision boards, motivational quotes, or photos in prominent places can serve as constant inspiration. When you see visual cues tied to your aspirations, it reinforces your commitment and reminds you why you started in the first place. These simple but effective tools can keep you grounded in your purpose, even when motivation wanes. Lastly, remember that environments are not static, they evolve as you grow. Regularly evaluate your surroundings to ensure they still support your goals. As you achieve milestones and set higher aspirations, you may need to make changes to continue fostering the habits that lead to success. This adaptability ensures that your environment remains a powerful ally in your journey. In conclusion, the environment you create is one of the most overlooked yet impactful elements in building long-term success. By tailoring your surroundings to encourage positive habits and discourage negative ones, you make the journey toward your goals smoother and more sustainable. Whether it's the people you associate with, the spaces you occupy, or the tools you use, every element contributes to the momentum you build. Success isn't achieved in isolation, it's a result of the choices you make and the environments you shape to support those choices. By taking charge of your surroundings, you empower yourself to stay consistent, focused, and aligned with your vision. Accountability is a cornerstone of success because it transforms intentions into actions into results. Without accountability, even the best laid plans can falter. When you hold yourself accountable or have others hold you accountable, you create a system of checks and balances that ensures consistent effort, even when motivation wanes or challenges arise. I think of accountability as the compass that keeps you on course. Without it, you may set out with enthusiasm, but distractions, obstacles, or plain old inertia can lead you astray. It's not just about avoiding failure, it's about building a habit of excellence. Successful people don't rely solely on willpower. They create frameworks that demand action and provide feedback. They understand that being answerable for their decisions keeps them aligned with their goals and values. One of the simplest ways to build accountability is by setting specific, measurable goals. Vague aspirations like I want to be healthier or I want to make more money lack the clarity needed to track progress. Instead, define your goals in precise terms. I will walk 10,000 steps daily, or I will increase my monthly revenue by 20% within 6 months. These clear benchmarks give you something to measure against. When you can evaluate your actions objectively, it becomes easier to see what's working, what's not, and what needs to change. Another powerful form of accountability is sharing your goals with others. When you tell a trusted friend, family member, or mentor about your aspirations, you invite their encouragement and constructive feedback. Better yet, you create an implicit obligation to follow through. No one wants to be the person who consistently talks about big dreams but never takes action. By involving others in your journey, you increase your commitment to delivering on your promises. A great strategy for staying accountable is to establish regular check-ins with yourself or someone else. For instance, if you're working on a project, set weekly or monthly milestones and assess your progress at predetermined intervals. This proactive approach helps you course correct before small missteps snowball into major setbacks. It's like steering a car. You don't wait until you're completely off the road to make adjustments. Frequent check-ins keep you on the path to success. Accountability isn't just about external structures, it's also about internal honesty. You need to be brutally truthful with yourself about your efforts and outcomes. Did you truly give your best, or did you cut corners? Did you prioritize the right tasks, or were you busy being busy? Self-accountability requires courage because it forces you to confront your shortcomings, but it also builds integrity and self-respect. When you own your actions, you empower yourself to make better decisions moving forward. Another critical aspect of accountability is celebrating your successes and learning from your failures. When you hit a milestone, take a moment to acknowledge your hard work. Positive reinforcement keeps you motivated and reinforces the belief that your efforts lead to rewards. On the flip side, when you fall short, don't dwell on the setback, analyze it. What went wrong? What can you do differently next time? Every failure is a lesson waiting to be learned, and accountability ensures you don't waste the opportunity for growth. Finally, accountability fosters discipline. When you know you'll have to answer for your choices, you're more likely to act with intention and purpose. It's the reason deadlines work. They create a sense of urgency and focus. Similarly, accountability turns vague aspirations into actionable steps and sporadic effort into consistent progress. In conclusion, accountability is the glue that binds your goals to your actions and your actions to your success. It keeps you focused, honest, and disciplined, ensuring that you stay on track even when the journey gets tough. Whether through measurable goals, external support, or internal reflection, accountability transforms aspirations into reality. Remember, the most successful people are not just those with big dreams, they're the ones who hold themselves accountable for achieving them. Take ownership of your journey, and you'll discover that the path to success is not just a possibility, but a certainty. Consistency is the magic ingredient in achieving long-term success. It is easy to start strong, but maintaining momentum over time is where many people stumble. The key to achieving your goals and dreams lies in your ability to show up day after day, regardless of the obstacles or distractions that may come your way. Consistency is the bridge between the aspirations you have today and the reality you will live tomorrow. Now, you might be thinking, I've got big dreams and I'm motivated right now. That's fantastic. Motivation is the spark that ignites the fire. But here's the truth, motivation is fleeting. It can fade and sometimes it will feel like it's completely gone. But here's where consistency shines through. Consistency doesn't rely on motivation. It is about showing up every day, doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it or when life gets in the way. It's the act of doing the work regardless of the conditions, knowing that the little steps you take every day add up to significant progress over time. Think about the best athletes in the world. What sets them apart is not just talent, but their consistency in training. They don't just show up when they feel like it, they show up day in and day out, even when the weather is bad, when they're tired, or when they don't see immediate results. They know that success is built on the foundation of small, consistent efforts. In the same way, your success is built on consistent effort in your own life, whether it's in your career, personal development, or relationships. Consistency is also about creating good habits. Habits are the building blocks of success. The more consistent you are in cultivating positive habits, the easier it becomes to take action without overthinking. Successful people understand the power of habits, and they make sure to build routines that support their goals. When something becomes a habit, you do it automatically without needing to summon up huge amounts of willpower. You don't have to wake up every day and decide to eat healthy or exercise. It's just part of who you are. That's the power of consistency. Furthermore, consistency allows you to track progress over time. When you stick to a routine, even when progress seems slow, you can look back and see how far you've come. Small, steady improvements eventually compound into monumental achievements. This is why consistency matters. It may not feel like much in the moment, but over time you'll realize that your consistent effort has produced extraordinary results. Whether you're learning a new skill, building a business, or improving your fitness, every consistent effort is one more step toward your ultimate goal. But here's the catch: consistency doesn't mean perfection. We're all human, and we all face setbacks, distractions, and difficult days. But that's the key. What truly matters is getting back on track after a setback. It's not about never missing a day or always being perfect. It's about the ability to pick yourself up, learn from the experience, and keep going. One mistake doesn't erase all the progress you've made. It's the act of getting back into the routine, brushing off the disappointment, and recommitting yourself to the journey. Finally, consistency builds trust. When you consistently show up, whether it's for yourself or others, you build a reputation of reliability. People know they can count on you, and that trust becomes a powerful asset in both your personal and professional life. The more consistent you are, the more others will respect and admire your ability to stay the course. This trust helps you build relationships, create opportunities, and unlock doors to success. In conclusion, consistency is not a flashy, instant gratification kind of success. It is the quiet, steady force that builds real, lasting achievements. It is the daily commitment to your goals, even when it's hard, even when it feels like nothing is happening. But remember, it's in the small, consistent actions that you create the foundation for greatness. So stay the course, keep going even on the tough days, and trust that your consistent efforts will lead to the success you're striving for. You'll look back one day and realize that it was your consistency, not a moment of brilliance, that made all the difference.